Hi, my name is John Georgoudes. I am the founder and the director of Lanvac. We founded Lanvac in 1983, 42 years ago. It started as a company that we wanted to have because we loved the work of security, number one. And number two, to pay our bills. All we wanted to do was pay our bills. We didn't expect all of this that has happened over the 42 years. If I was going to describe Lanvac, I would say that Lanvac is probably the only monitoring station in Canada that does not compete with its dealers. It has no installation department. It doesn't have accounts of its own. It's strictly occupied with monitoring the accounts of our dealers and to give them the best possible service. For 42 years, that's what we've been doing. Depends on the day and depends, my responsibilities in the company are dependent on which hat I'm wearing every day. Whether I'm wearing a technician's hat or an administrator's hat or a human resources hat. Lately, I've been taking a step back and letting the next generation wear most of the hats. I spend time more as an advisor to the people that work here. My brother has slowly taken over most of the responsibilities that I had, but I keep in touch with everybody to make sure I can help wherever I can. I founded actually originally because my brother was too young to leave school to come work. The object of the exercise was to do installations and to monitor alarm systems. At that time, it was very hard to find a monitoring station that can monitor our alarm systems. It wasn't like it is today. So we had to open our own little station. It was a room, I'm going to say 10 feet by 10 feet with a couple of receivers, and we would sleep there at night monitoring alarm systems. Now, eventually my brother came over and we would split the night. I would sleep half the night, he would sleep half the night. And in the day, we would take care of the company's business, installations, whatever. One person would stay in the office, one person would be on the road. Eventually, the company grew, and we started to realize that maybe we can get other alarm companies to hook up to our station. So we started calling alarm companies that had the same issues we had. They couldn't find a station to monitor their accounts. So slowly, we started growing on that department as well. Eventually, there was so much traffic in the central, our one computer that we had, we needed to get a second one to have two people answer the phone and do data entry or monitor the alarms. We couldn't afford a network. It was too expensive for us at the time. So we built our own network. And we had the two computers talking to each other through our own serial port network. And that helped us continue in the growth of the company. Eventually, technologies had changed and different formats came out. And one of the formats was a DVAC format. And again, the receivers and equipment at the time was prohibitive for us to buy. So we built our own. We used the IBM XT computers to build the receivers that we needed to build at 1/10 the cost of what they would have cost to buy them. And we kept growing with that. Then came the point where we had to make a decision. It wasn't fair to the dealers for us to be doing installations and competing with them. So the decision was made to sell off the retail department and keep the wholesale department, if I can say that. So the monitoring station, as we know today, that's when it was born. We needed a name for the new company. This happened in the year 2000. So thinking back and forth, we decided to use a name that included the two technologies that help us go from one step to the next. One was we built our own LAN, and the other was we built our own DVAC receiver. So the name was synthesized as Lanvac. And that's how the Lanvac name came to be. That's a little history behind it. From there, we have occupied ourselves to offer the best possible service we can to our dealers. And over the years, the services have grown because Lanvac uses its in-house software to monitor the alarms, which is also ULC listed, by the way. We have our own IT division, our own programming division, that continuously upgrades the software that we use to monitor the accounts and the alarm systems of our dealers. And it's the same software that the dealer uses to log in and check his accounts and do his data entry. Because of that, we have the flexibility to offer the dealer services that other softwares might not be willing to provide for numerous reasons. For us, it's a no-brainer if a dealer calls and says, it would be nice if your software could do this. The programmer is here, he's on our payroll, he sits down, he does it, and the dealer now has something special for himself. As the new generation came to be in the company, our kids and Bill's kids, a new division was formed called NBG. And NBG provides hardware that the dealer can use to make him more profitable. We offer communications devices to send the signals into the station, GMS services, various equipment that it was easier to supply from us than to get from the regular suppliers. And this also, it's a niche market that helps the dealer have the tools he needs to grow and be profitable. We were never a proponent of the cheapest price on the market. We were a proponent always of offering a fair price for an excellent and sometimes exclusive product that the dealers can use. We are of the philosophy at Lanvac of the 3 pillars. Our 3 pillars are as follows. Pillar number 1 is the end user, the customer, the dealer. Because without customers, we have nothing. The second pillar we have is our employees. Our employees is what makes Lanvac great. The talents that we hire, the people that are here with their heart and their soul, day in and day out, whether they're responding to alarms, answering the phone, or writing code for the software, these are the people that make Lanvac work. That's our second pillar. Our third pillar, I think would be the most important pillar, is the community. Without our community, there would be no dealers and there would be no employees. That's why Lanvac devotes a lot of money and time in volunteering and supporting the various charity organizations within our community, whether it's the Children's Hospital, food banks, schools. Lanvac's point of sensitivity, if you can say that, is children. We will go out of our way to help any organization that has to do with children. Somebody wanting to come to work for Lanvac, they have to have their heart into it. And if their talents are what we need, then obviously they would be part of our team here. If I wanted to add something, I would say that we need to understand that Lanvac is a generational company, meaning we are the parents, my brother and I. Our children work in the company. That's the next generation. And if I can have my dream come true, the grandchildren will also be working in this company. If I had a message for our prospective dealers or integrators that are looking for a monitoring station, I would ask you that you seriously consider our services, Lanvac, because we don't occupy ourselves with monitoring our accounts. We occupy ourselves with monitoring your accounts. We have made the investments needed to have our own software, to have the facilities that would make you proud to bring your customer here and tour them. And we can always make that happen. I think the most important thing that you need to consider is that we don't compete with you. We will never show up at a job, no matter how big, to take it away from you. And if an end user calls us, we have a referral program where it's called findmyalarm.com, where your end users can go there and find you and request a quote from you. We would never go against your customers, for sure.